Oh, that's not very kind. I'm gonna go work on banners again. You guys have fun with Golden Gate Kate.
No,
Really? You gonna leave? You don't want to talk to Kate? You guys kept saying hitters. I thought that was a segue.
can we stop?
You said it, bro, not me.
What are you?
That's your girl.
Did someone say hitters?
There it is.
Oh, Kate.
Writing that down.
Hi, fellas.
To fucking dust off the Yankees shirt, huh? That's nice. Real fucking cute.
Bro, the Mets suck. What are you gonna do? It's over.
My season's still alive, so for
I
5
can
more
still
minutes.
be ornery about it, Tony.
Yeah, but 3 months ago you're like, "Oh, the season's over anyway. Who cares when the playoffs are coming?"
And he was right.
Did I know or did I know?
Yeah.
Well, 3 months ago, the Yankee season was over too, so they just managed to pull it together at the end. But
Yankees almost won the pennant.
I know, but like, I can't get excited about it because Aaron Boone is going to put in a glass of milk in the 7th inning to pitch for us, and like, just
Is that like a Santa Claus reference? I don't get
Would
it.
it be mommy's milk?
It could be. It could be the mother's milk.
You got to get into the clitter box to get mommy's milk.
There it is. There it is.
I left mommy alone with the furnace guys downstairs.
Oh shit! You get your
Uh-oh.
pipes clean too.
Hey,
Mommy's
come on
milk?
now.
Mommy's milk double T. What the fuck is going on?
That's Marina Shafir's finisher.
All
We don't watch AEW, so we wouldn't know.
I know you don't.
But if you want to talk anything about AEW, Kate your gal, Wednesday nights, right here on the Shining Wizards Network. The A Show, if I dare say so.
Wow. That's a whole different tune than you sung last week, Tony.
I thought it was the D show, but
You mean the Double D Show?
It's the AEW show. So
Well
there
played.
you go.
Well
You got
played,
that
Kate.
going on.
These guys are
What's
absolute
going on, guys?
pigs.
How we doing?
I apologize for these pigs. Nothing but a bunch of animals I work with.
It's
What's
okay.
so funny when you pee-pee on me?
We're the animals.
Yeah. Woof.
Nothing is it's not AI. It's not AI generated, people. That's a drop from Tony's mouth.
No, it's not.
That is so
Yes.
for real.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Kate, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I beat COVID for like the 100th time, so you can't see me. My time is now and the whatnot, but I'm doing all right. How are you, fellas?
COVID
Great.
5 times, huh?
Yeah,
Fine.
So you-
and
Yeah.
not
Are you
fun.
gonna send your body to science one day, or
You
they're
know,
gonna study
it's
you?
so I've had every strand of it basically. So like if it mutates, then I get it. But like I didn't have long-term ramifications about it until the last time I got it. So tomorrow we go to the gym and find out what this last time did to me, which will be an interesting time. But we're here. We're happy. I'm on the right side of the soil, right? So can't be too bad.
It's a macabre way to put it, but okay, we'll take it.
All right, well, I'm glad you're better.
Yeah.
Well, so it's very odd because like long COVID looks very different in a lot of people. Like my sister still has long COVID because the spike protein is still very high in her system. I know people that have like severe neurological issues. I have had lung issues, so that's going to be like the big tell tomorrow. I'm gonna get on a treadmill like an 80-year-old and see. Maybe I'll go walking at the mall, see what my lungs are up to. But yeah, we're dealing with it. But you know, we're here. We're living. I didn't get to see all of you at the barbecue. That was the last touch point that I had. But I
No,
only
you
got
didn't
to
get-
see.
You didn't get COVID at my house, did you?
No. I probably got it in Philly at AEW, but it's
Sounds about right.
on the rise right now. Like, because Philly's disgusting.
Bunch
Yes,
of animals with no showers. No,
The
come
fucking
on,
worst place in America. If they were going to drop a bomb anywhere, it should be Philadelphia.
When I think of like, oh, where's like a clean, safe environment? I'm not like the 2300 arena in Philadelphia. So
mean, you could always head up to Kensington.
well, But it's what's my neighbor had it too, but we didn't even see each other because he had it the entire week before I had it. It's just back and on the rise, but it feels a lot less brutal this time around. So we'll see how we're doing, but we're fine. How's the gang? How are you fellas?
Great. I didn't get hit by a car this week, so I'm fucking things are looking up.
That's great for you. I did get access to some wrestling via Matt, some old school Google Drive wrestling that made me very, very happy. I have to go back and watch more of it when I don't have a fever, but that was a welcome thing to dive into while I was just sitting around sniffling for a while. So I had some fun with that.
I'll tell you what I dove into, and I don't think I was mentally prepared to do it. I watched NXT on Tuesday.
I'm sorry.
Woof.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god, he's
awful. He's so bad.
I don't know how anybody could have watched SmackDown this week either.
Why was he on SmackDown too?
Wasn't he?
Sure
Wasn't
what?
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
was.
their Graves is still selling the effects of the F5.
Holy guacamole, man! It's
Yeah.
I haven't watched NXT in a long time, right? But they did the invasion thing, right? And I was like, I want to check this out. NXT I don't like it. I don't like it. The show is it's way too fast. It's like nothing gets to marinate. It's just like segment to segment to segment to segment, and some of them are like real goof, like it puts AEW to shame, goofy. Like,
well, oh yeah,
it was, and then I don't know. I just was not like I was very excited for this invasion thing that we're doing, but then when like every person from TNA that is in the crowd just got released from WWE. I'm like, this isn't. I mean, I guess it is. If you compare it to like the NWO or like Hall and Nash that just left the WWF and like they were taking over, but it was like, well, Cedric Alexander was just here, and this the inspiration was just here, and this
Ali.
person was just here. I don't know.
Hartwell.
I was excited for it, but now I'm kind of like, I'm really rooting for Mike Santana. That's really it.
Well, so it's a really tricky thing because pray for me. I do watch NXT every Tuesday, unfortunately. But I didn't like the execution of what happened at all. And then on top of it, it does feel really weird when you're like, anybody that's working at TNA would take a baseline WWE contract in a second because of the pay and what it can do for you. Like, I remember on Kevin Owens was on Cody Rhodes' podcast and he was goofing, but he made a good point in that like Matt Cardona's whole indie god thing doesn't really work when you keep talking about how you would go back to WWE and they don't know what, like, he's like, for a guy who loves the indies, he sure talks about how he wants to be here a lot. I agree with that. And I always felt like you're also in TNA, so you're not really like the indie god. I get what he's doing, but like he's talked so much about WWE. He's constantly, it's not his fault either. He's constantly asked about it, right? His wife is there. He's working in TNA without a contract, and he's the one kind of like leading this charge, apparently. Macklin's the only one that actually feels kind of like in TNA proper to be here. And I think some of that is, well, to his credit, he was like, I'm not working for Vince McMahon. And he left WWE because of that. And he's really set down roots in TNA and feels like he's a part of the product. Everybody else that was there, to your point, feels like they just got released from there a couple minutes ago or whatever. And then on top of that, the execution was honestly comical because the whole staff, I'm going to write a strongly worded email about it and show up in a week from now. They're all like writing their tweets on Twitter. They show up. Ava's not there. She's in London. So your child's GM here, like your very, very young GM is in England. They all are backstage hanging out. And I'm still supposed to believe that NXT is surprised that this happens during the main event. Like it unfolds so poorly. And then on top of that, I'm like, any of these people would be happy to be on the TNA roster. unless like Cardona can deliver the promo of his life about having resentment at WWE for not re-signing him or whatever, maybe that could salvage it. But like the person that reviews TNA at Fightful, Joel, was like, it just feels like the cuck chair in the hotel room is the only thing TNA has going on for it. Because even at Victory Road, they have Kalani winning the vacated title. So I think the only encouraging thing that you get out of this right now is TNA has planned dates for Orlando. So you hope that it kicks back to their TV product in due time here. But it's that both the execution and the nature of it have just not clicked for me either, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw any of this.
I saw
didn't-
some of it.
I didn't catch Tuesday.
I don't believe for 1 second TNA is going to win any of this stuff.
No, they didn't win anything at their own fucking pay-per-view 2 months ago.
Yep.
And look, and I love Mike Santana. I think he should be the fucking face of TNA, but like even the whole thing was goofy. They do this big invasion thing, but then the show ends with fucking Ricky Starks and Obafemi. Like it's like the invasion is an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like the show goes off the air, and the last thing you see is Ricky Saints and Obafemi both like holding the NXT World Title. It's just the whole thing is weird placement with the pay-per-view, PLE, whatever we're calling it, Saturday, and like then them announcing that they're going to do the Invasion show on October 7th, which is another date that is the Tuesday night AEW show. Like,
Yeah, man.
he's the fucking. He's
Oh
the
yeah, man. Yeah,
worst.
it's your point about the rest of the NXT product too. Like this invasion angle isn't great. I have so many issues with the NXT product for kind of across the board. Like their presentation is something that never resonated with me, but it is so brutal when it's like, and we have this LFG person show up and Evolve and TNA. I'm like, are you going to focus on your own roster of anybody that actually works here at some point? Because it feels so, like you said, like everything goes way too fast. Nothing can kind of say. Even like, I'm really happy for Ricky Stark Saints, and I think if Obafemi's going up to the main roster, like he could be a megastar if they treat it right. But that being a one and done also feels kind of like Ricky was just like, I'm going to climb the mountain that is Obafemi. And then he just did. And it's kind of like, man, I wish we had like a trilogy out of that or something. Like, I think there was a lot more meat on the bone with that. But yeah, it's so funny with invasion angles because I'm always excited for them and they almost never work. Like I like my heart wants them to work because I love interpromotional stuff, but like they're almost always really bad.
I can think of one in the entire history of wrestling that worked, and that was ROH and CZW in the mid 2000s. That's it.
Sure.
Yeah. It's so weird too. There's a playbook on like
it's right there.
Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. It's just like they're gonna like. I mean, we are gonna get into No Mercy probably after you leave, Kate. But like, Ava makes this big announcement, and then like, who's gonna captain? Who wants to captain the women's team? Lash Legend, not the NXT Women's Champion. No, Lash Legend, who wasn't even on the PLE. She just did a run-in spot. Like, I don't know. I don't watch enough NXT, but like,
not Sol Ruka that has 2 belts too,
and would serve the story of Zarya getting more jealous of her. Like, too, like there's so many directions they could have gone. Lash is someone I've noticed like she has a lot of upside, but she's someone who needs consistent reps on television too. Like there's some wrestlers that just if they're in a groove where they're wrestling 4 weeks in a row, they look better, and she's one of those, and her presence is very sporadic on NXT, unfortunately. But it's a rough product, and it's a shame because I actually felt like it got better around the time that they signed that CW deal. And much like the rest of WWE, it feels like once the money got there, they just kind of got really lazy about the way they went about business. And I also feel like JC Jane's someone's that's been there 6 years, right? Is she going to lose and get called up? Where does she go? Because these main roster handoffs haven't been great. Look at Carmelo Hayes, right? Like What happens with Obafemi? I'm hoping he beats Sami Zayn. I think that could be a really cool way to go about stuff. But like Ethan Page and Ricky Saints shouldn't be in NXT. Like they should be in your men's mid card right now. Like so it's a little tricky too. Of NXT's always had this problem to an extent of like when you are a hybrid television product and developmental program, what that kind of looks like. So it's the trickiest to watch on a weekly basis. And then there's also things that are incredibly rewarding about it because you'll watch Kalani Jordan going from being like a great gymnast to like, oh no, she's a wrestler now. Like you saw her become a TV wrestler if you watch stuff long enough. And it's just the weirdest little product.
Yeah, you also had to know the drop off, like the black and gold era with like Shinsuke and Sammy and Owens and Joe and Gargano and Ciampa and Andrade, like
horsewomen, yeah, all of it. Like
yeah, Sasha and Bailey and Becky, like it was bound to drop off, and boy did, and then they did the weird thing where they changed like the NXT 2.0, like.
The 2.0 era was as close as we'll come to modern day Wrestlicious, I fear. So
it's like I don't know,
Wrestlicious, baby.
And then we're doing an invasion, but wasn't the Dark State thing like an invasion?
The Dark State thing got so weird, man. Like they showed up, they attacked an assistant GM and wrote "No one is safe" in blood on their wall, and then just kind of hung out for a real long time.
They were in fucking backstage segments Tuesday night, just like hanging out with everybody and Joe Hendry.
Yeah, man.
So you mentioned Santana, and this is the other problem with this TNA invasion angle is it's like Joe Hendry's obviously going to WWE. Santana, I think, is a free agent either next month or at least by the end of the year if he hasn't resigned already. So it's like, are you going to give him a title reign? Are you going to give it to him for 2 months? Because WWE has sounded interesting. Like I don't know if they're ever going to get out of that free agent trap issue because one, they don't pay their wrestlers, and two, there's so many people that are on appearance deals because of the way that they tape that like they can just get plucked anytime. So I feel like that when you pay enough attention to the outside of what's going on, it makes it really hard to buy into what's happening, and what's happening has been kind of poorly executed on top of that. But of all the products for this, TNA is probably the most difficult one because it just feels like nobody is invested. That's kind of the LOL of it. It's like every 6 months, their biggest stars are leaving.
Yeah, take a look at the women's division right now. Like when that match ended, like you look at that battle royal, it's like, didn't the TNA Impact women's division used to be amazing, and now it's like, who's that that's left?
Yeah. The knockouts division does feel like it's suffered. I'm sure that's probably in part because there's like when they were in their golden era, I felt like WWE didn't care about women's wrestling, and they were the number 2, right? So it's trickier now that there's actual proper free agent interest in women's wrestling. But yeah, like they've taken some hits. I'm wondering if like as ROH contracts start to come up, if they'll get a resurgence the other way. But it's even, I was talking about this the other day with someone, like the indie scene doesn't feel like it has its standouts, but it doesn't feel like there's anything in the indie scene itself that's like properly hot right now. Like GCW feels like it's cooled way off. Like I don't know if you were like name the next 10 up if I really could, honestly, where I used to be able to be like, oh, Willow Nightingale, you know what I mean? Like just rattling them off the top of your head. So it's weird. It's kind of like in a restock area. And as TNA absorbs NXT releases and whoever they can get their hands on, it feels very lost in the shuffle, unfortunately. Also, they got rid of Gail Kim. So women aren't as eager to go there because they aren't going to work with her, despite her tweeting through it this week. She's very, very, very highly regarded by women's wrestlers. So,
and also like you mentioned, like the indie scene, like everybody work like the guys on the GCW show, they work for TNA, they work for AEW. Like there's so much. Billy Starks is on GCW shows and she's in Ring of Honor and she's on like There's
Marcus
nobody.
Mathers.
Yeah,
he's
in
the
the ID the gimmick, right?
Yeah.
It's you know, it's a weird. It is definitely a weird time, right?
Yeah. I think that happens when you get so oversaturated with promotions, right? Like MLW is actually doing, I know people kind of like write it off or whatever, but they're way ahead of where their perception is as far as like compared to their own goals. But when you have NWA allegedly still exists, WWE and AEW with really bloated rosters because everybody gets injured all the time. MLW now also has a women's division. And you can do things as an independent, especially when like Karrion Kross is going to go make more money on the independents than he would have if he resigned, kind of thing. You're right. It's a very open playing field with free agents, and part of that's exciting, and part of that means like, what does it mean to be an independent talent, right? Like, gets a little tricky. You're right up there, T-Donk.
What was that? Where was the last time you watched MLW?
MLW is one that I tend to watch in, like, if I hear there's a really good match. You know what I mean? Like, I do really like the Dijak Bishop Dyer thing. I saw Fujita almost murder Matt Riddle, which I thought was very fun. But it's more like I'll go back and pick and choose. But it's not like they're selling houses in a way that they're a real threat, but like in comparison to what their expectations are, they are continuing to sell out. Like they continue to do what they want to do at a high level for what they're aiming at, which is all you can kind of ask when you're like the number 5 promotion kicking around, you know? Like,
no, I think that they don't do like, they stopped doing weekly TV. They just run these specials now, right? Is that
they do run specials? They're pursuing weekly TV again. Like that's something that's on the table. They got a windfall of money from that WWE lawsuit. I know everybody laughed it out of the room, but they got like $25 million because WWE did what they were accused of doing essentially, and they didn't want to be in a legal battle at it. When you're a multi-billion-dollar company, you just throw money at it and it goes away, right? So
more media appearances.
That set them ahead of pace.
We need more Blue Meanie. Throw some money at him.
Well, maybe it's time to go back and check out. Saturday looks like a loaded show. Rugido, Blue Panther, and Atlantis.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Paul London, Austin Aries. There's a guy that looks like he should have been in the Wyatt 6. He wrestles barefoot. He's kind of cool looking. I'll check that out. I don't know who it is. Let's see. Is he in here?
It's not caveman, is it?
No, it's not a caveman. No, he's got like a weird like mask on. But see, here's that. But then they dust off, like they're still dusting off Kojima, Akamura. He's like a zillion.
Okay, but Kojima's great.
Can they bring back like Bud Heavy? What about Barrington Hughes?
Bud Heavy's a good pull. Shotzi's there, bro. Did you see?
Oh no,
the Shotzi story today.
No, what did I miss?
No. There's a clip. She was on like Soraya's podcast and they were talking about like WWE drug testing. And she's like, WWE, when they drug test you, they're like, you got to go now. And she's like, and they got me one time, but I didn't have to pee. I had to take a shit. So I had to take a shit while somebody was standing there watching me take a shit. And it was the worst experience of my life.
Wouldn't you just clench up? Like, seriously.
I mean, when you gotta go, I guess.
Yeah, but like if somebody's like staring at you, like you would think like you'd fucking bind up, you know what I mean? Like
that feels like that should have been a Shining Wizards exclusive. I'm more annoyed about that. Like she picked the wrong platform to tell that story on. That is like have you ever shit your pants in the ring? No, but let me tell you this great story. That feels like it was tailor-made for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Soraya's grabbing at straws right now. Nobody gives a shit about her anymore. So, you know, she's got to go to the Shining Wizards bag to get fucking views and listens and whatnot.
Well, that was a
right.
Shotzi story, though. That wasn't Soraya searching.
Yeah, but then Soraya going, hey, you ever shit your pants, love? Oh.
What do you got against Soraya, man? I bet she'd be a fucking great guest to have on the show.
She probably would be, but she's biting our gimmick, dude.
She's not biting our gimmick.
Oh, she is. She could bite something.
Easy, fella. Jeez Louise.
My goodness.
I meant my ass because she's like biting off of us.
She's biting off of us. Everybody's
She
biting
is.
off.
Everybody is. So's Phil.
Phil, that son of a bitch, you motherfucker.
Can't wait for Eddie Kingston to have a show where he's talking about everybody shitting their pants.
Yeah, quit stealing our
That would
gimmick,
be great.
guys. Please.
That's why I brought up Eddie, Kate, just for you.
Tony is here to please. Kate, we are pleased with you and Kate's Corner. Where can the people find? Because I know you're always doing what? Tuesday night you're doing Sour Graps. Wednesday night is the Mark Order podcast. I don't know what you do Thursday. I don't know where you are on the weekends.
Hard to keep track. You do all my plugs. That was awesome. But Mondays I'm on Fightful Select doing the Sour Graps Raw review. Tuesdays I'm doing Sour Graps NXT Pray for My Soul. Wednesdays at the Mark Order podcast. Thursdays I sleep. It's great. Friday doing SmackDown on the Fightful main channel. And PLEs and post shows also at Fightful Select. So you can head over there if you want to see more of me. I also do have my own channel that I usually do like content for a week and then I just stop for like a month. So if you like inconsistent wrestling content, head on over to my personal channel at Miss Kate Fave. But yeah, I have fun there when I'm not like sick with COVID or too busy. So
yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. Miss Kate Fave.
He's so annoying.
I'll be over there popping my dick, as Booker T would say. So
popping my
I'll see you next time.
Okay,
that's something he says.
You didn't see that clip?
Legit on a broadcast said that when I forget who came out.
JC Jane, I think, right?
I think it was, yeah. It was the toxic ladies.
And this motherfucker ladies. Still has a job.
It's unreal how bad he is.
He said popping my dick.
Oh yeah, I'll go find the clip and send it to you. You'll want it as a drop, honestly.
In his defense, popping my dick ain't bad. That's not a bad line.
We were like, did he say popping neck? Nope, definitely said dick.
It's not something you want your commentator saying, though.
That's a great line, though.
I mean, to be honest, of all the things Booker T says during a show, that's like top 3.
It at least caught my attention. Champagne wishes and caviar. Shut up.
He doesn't say shucky ducky anymore, does he?
Oh, he does.
Oh, a shitty line from a shitty comedian from the 90s, and he's fucking cool. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, those are like the most recent references he makes. They're
well, thanks, Kate. Enjoy.
Thanks for having me on.
Enjoy whatever your Fightful Select tonight, right? That's what you said you're doing.
Yeah, I'm on Select and early today because we have early SmackDown starting at 7s while football's on, so we'll take it. Thanks, fellas.
Shit. Bye, Kate.
Bye, Kate. See you later, Gator. Kate the Great, everybody. At Miss Kate Fabe. Give her a follow. Support her.